Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here with some more Duels 2013 multiplayer. Today I'll be playing the black deck Obedient Dead, and I am quite content with my opening hand, so we're going to keep this. Alright, so it's a black deck focused on making my opponent lose life, me gaining life, and also I've got some nice strong creatures in here, such as this Anan-Tugu Shade. It is a 2/1, which I'll be playing this turn, that I can tap one black to give it +1/+1 until end of turn. Very strong early game creature. Next turn I could potentially be swinging for 5 damage if he has no blocker. And if he does have a blocker, I'm probably just going to Crippling Blight it and laugh at it, because it won't be able to block. Alright, so I've got a Crippling Blight, enchant creature gets -1/-1, and can't block. So I'll be doing that on this guy. Also, the -1/-1 will kill him because he is a 2/1. He couldn't block anyways, but it is unblockable, so I want to get rid of that creature. I'm playing against the new black-blue deck, which I actually don't think is that great, but that's just personal opinion. Anyways. Alright, so we're going to give him -1/-1, and then it will be my attack phase, in which I will swing with my 2/1, and I will also pump him up for 4 damage in turn 3. Again, it could have been 5 damage if it weren't for having to get rid of that. I didn't have to get rid of that creature, but for the sake of not getting hit with him next turn, I think it was a good idea. Plus, I can also murder whatever creature he plays next. He's playing a Mask of Riddles, which is a artifact enchantment. Gives the creature fear and also makes it so when it does damage to me, it gets to draw a card. But he didn't play a creature, which is too bad, so sad for him, because now I will attack him again. And this time, he's got no response. I don't know if he's going to play an instant to get rid of it or something. Pump it up for 4, making it 6 damage, bringing him down to 10. Did I tell you this card is strong? Did I tell you that this is a strong card? Yeah, it is. If I haven't told you, it's a strong card. I also have right here, each opponent loses X life. I gain life equal to life lost that way. And target player loses 2 life but draws 2 cards. Oh, and I just drew into an absurd creature. 7/7 flying lifelink, pay 7 life, draw 7 cards. it's ridiculous. Alright, we're gonna swing for 2. See if he has any responses. He does not. We will pump him up. He might have a response after this, though. Pump him up 5, making it 7 damage. I really hate that this goes through each tick individually. That's really annoying. I don't remember doing that in the past. Oh, maybe it's because it's activated per each one. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, well, he's going to need to play a creature. He does not. So that is good game. That is good game. 1 card won me the game. It's ridiculous. I didn't even get to show you guys the rest of what's going on in this deck, but it is okay. Pump it up 1 for the kill. Just make it a nice, clean, even kill. We don't need to go overboard here. I could also sign and blood him for 2 damage. Whatever, that's a nice and easy win. Let's hope for a more difficult game next time. And our next game here is against Mix 102.7. Your favorite tunes of the 80s. I don't know. Let's keep this hand. I like it. It's a little light on lands, actually, but oh well. We're going to start off with an early game Fume Spitter. 1/1 I can sacrifice to put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Also have a 4 land for 2/2 flying. Enters the battlefield, opponent loses 2 life, I gain 2 life, excuse me. Couple of big beefy creatures, which will take me quite a while to play. Luckily I did just draw into a swamp, so... Oops, what the hell is he doing? Oh, he's pausing to do his land thing. I'll show you those creatures though. This one's not that, I mean, it's an amazing creature, but it doesn't cost that much. Alright, so we attack for 1, he looks for a red. Alright. So I've got my 2/2 flyer. Opponent loses 2 life, I gain 2 life. I have this guy. 4 lands for a 5/5 trample. This card is ridiculous, by the way. Whenever it deals damage, whenever a source would deal damage to Phyrexian Obliterator, so direct damage, or something blocks it, or it blocks something, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. It's ridiculous. So it's an amazing blocker. It's also an amazing attacker, because if they decide to block with something, you're like, oh, you want to block, do you? Or if they decide to attack with something, you say, oh, you want to attack, do you? And you block with this, and you have them sacrificing up to 5 permanent, which is significant. Most times they'll end up sacrificing lands. Okay, I also have, for 6 lands, 6/6 Death Touch comes into play, or attacks, put 2/2 zombie tokens into play. I've got 3 lands for destroy target creature, and I've got 3 lands for all creatures get -2/2 until end of turn. Really awesome card. Really, really awesome card, especially against any of the weenie decks, of which there are quite a few in this game. Lots of decks with just a lot of small creatures. Okay, we just got our Nantuko Shade, the 2/1 that we can pump up. The winner of last game. We'll attack for 1 now, bring him down to 17. Next turn, I'm assuming he's going to play a creature, in which case I will be murdering it. Destroy target creature. Oh, he is going to actually throw down a Terminate to destroy my 2/1. There's nothing I can do in response, so I just lose that. It is just destroy target creature, can't be regenerated. And then he's going to play a Blightning. Ouch. This actually really stinks. 3 damage to me, plus I have to discard 2 cards, which is a real bummer. Since I don't know if I'm even going to be able to play him this game, kind of just want to get rid of that. The Bat, or a Murder, or an Infest. I'm gonna get rid of the Bat. I'm gonna get rid of the Bat because turn 4, or whenever I get a 4th land, I can play the Obliterator. Still have no land. Still getting mana screwed here. That's what I guess. That's what that is what I get for taking a hand with 2 lands in it while playing first. I'm not quite as hesitant to do that when I am drawing first, which means playing second. But playing first. Not always the best decision for the reason you saw. Alright, enter the battlefield. Target player discards. I'm gonna destroy him. Does the effect still resolve? Yes, it does. That really stinks. Alright. Change creature gets -1/-1, can't block. All creatures get -2/2 until end of turn. I don't know which one to get rid of. He's got a lot of discard. That is super annoying. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Just because I'm worried about him playing a big beefy creature. I'd rather have not block. I don't know. Oh god, it's so mana screwed. This game is not going over well. All right. Wow. Oh my lord. I am so annoyed. Gonna get rid of the Crippling Blight. So much discard. Ugh. Just a pain in the butt. I've got Graveyard Fetch in this deck, but only 2 cards, and it only gets me a creature. For the love of God, draw a land. Thank you. Jeez, I'm crow. Alright, we're gonna get down our Phyrexian Obliterator. 5/5 trample. I guarantee he's got direct removal now, and he's just gonna get rid of it. That'll be so awesome. Sarcasm, obviously. Alright, so we attack for 1 with the Fume Spitter. Come on, throw a Terminator or something. That's what I want right now. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. Destroy target creature or land. Unbelievable. Mass discard. Creature removal the second I play something. Unreal. Ugh. Yuck. I guess this is a better and more involved game than the last one, but still. Incredibly frustrating on my end. Oh yeah? You like discard, huh? How's a Liliana Spectre in your face? Now it's time for you to discard a card, Mr. Mix. You jerk. Yeah, discard a card. That's right. Do it now. Oh, it's not so easy making these sorts of decisions, is it? Alright. He's gonna discard a Blazing Spectre. Card's amazing. Flying haste whenever does combat damage to a player, they discard a card. Yeah, that's so good. Got my Necrotal. Destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature can't be regenerated. The problem is that I'm sure most of his creatures that he's going to play is black. So there you go. Demigod of Revenge. 5/4 flying. Haste. Ugh. Well. Block the 5/4, let 2 go through. Play Necrotal. Attack for 1. So this is going to be a loss. Barring any creature removal, he attacks right now, I block that with that. 5 goes through, I'm at 2. Next turn, I Demonic Tutor. It's not really going to do anything. So 5 goes through here. He's also going to attack with this. And there's the creature removal. So there's the win, and that is the game. GG. I'm bowing out before you get the win. He still gets the win. It's just funny. Okay, time to redeem ourselves with a victory, hopefully. Opponent gets to play first, so that does mean I am drawing first. Yeah, I'll keep it. A couple early game creatures, really big, super late game creature, but also have some destruction. And removal. Search target player's library for a card, exile it, that player. Okay, whatever, dude. Alright, so he's gonna exile that. That's great. Fantastic, good for you. We're gonna throw down a Fume Spitter. And so long as we draw a land within the next 2 turns, we'll be able to get down our Liliana Spectre. We also have our 2/1 flying, 2/3 flying Death Touch lifelink. I think we're playing against the same deck. This isn't the same opponent, but I think we're playing against the same deck. Oh no, wait. The blue-black deck. No, we just played the black-red deck. I'm sorry. My brain's all jumbled. All right. So we did draw into a land, so we have the option of Liliana Spectre or our 2/3 Flying Death Touch next turn. This will depend on what he plays right here. He's going to play a 2/2 unblockable. Well, since I can't block it, why don't we have him discard a card? Liliana's Spectre. He discards. Enchanted creature is unblockable, whatever. And I am going to pass the turn. I don't want to attack right now because he can block with it. It's unblockable, but it can block. It just means I can't block it. So he attacks for 2. And then passes the turn. Huh. Surprised. Alright, we're gonna try attacking here. I don't think that deck has any counterspell or any bounce or anything. Pretty sure it has removal, but... And then, during our second main phase, I could destroy his creature. I'm not too concerned about that 2/2, not yet anyways. I could give all creatures -1/-1, which would be -4/-4. That's an amazing card. That is not to be used right now. I'm gonna play the Nantuku Shade. 2/1 that I can pump up. And that is his turn. Four damage to a creature, you gain 4 life. I could pump it up for 2, it would still be dead. So it doesn't matter, this thing's gone. And he gains 4 life, bringing him up to 20. Swings for 2. I'll let that go, obviously. No choice. It stinks to get rid of the shade, but really not the end of the world. You got plenty more. Plenty more where that came from. Still holding on to destroy a creature. Although it is non-black, what if he just plays a black creature? I don't know, whatever. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. We will swing for 3 in the meantime. Bringing him down to 17. Whenever a blue creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may have a target player draw a card. Whenever a black creature, you may have target player discard a card. Well, that is super annoying. And I am pretty sure I've got nothing to get rid of enchantments. So that stinks a lot, actually. As soon as he plays a black creature, I'm discarding stuff. Alright, I've got 6. I need 8 to play this. I don't think I'm gonna be able to play that card. I don't think that's in the cards for me. We'll see what happens though. I'll discard other stuff before I discard him. I also have this, which would be a crazy amount of minus. But he's at 12 now, I'm at 16. So we'll see what happens. He's gonna play a black card, plus when it does damage to a player, I have to discard a card. That's a real pain in the butt. Yes. I do. So I have to discard a card. And it's a tough choice. Discard this. A foul. If I let that thing do damage to me, I'm discarding even more, so don't want to let it do damage to me. Lord, I'm like 1 turn away from being able to play the Grizzlebrand. 1 mana away, anyways. This is tense. This is really tense. Attack with a 2/3, he does that. But then that would die, so he's probably not gonna block that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attack with my 2/3 flying Death Touch lifelink. I'm gonna save the 2/1 and the Fume Spitter as blockers. The Fume Spitter will not block, but I don't want it to die by attacking and having him block it, so I can sacrifice it later to give him a -1/- counter when the Liliana Spectre does damage to him. So we'll see if this plays through, we'll see if he goes for it. 2/1, unblockable, enters the battlefield, target creature is unblockable this turn. Oh my lord, that is horrible. Wow, that is horrible. So his 2/3 flying is unblockable, which means it goes through no matter what, and I have to discard a card. Actually. Alright, I'm going to discard the Mutilate. I am just keeping my fingers crossed here that I can, that I draw land. Nope, but this is nice too. 6/6 Death Touch enters the battlefield, put 2/2 tokens into play. I know I can play this for sure, so I play it. Same deal. I'm gonna let his keep this guy for a blocker, sacrifice him to give him less health. What is this? Target creature gets -3/-0, -0/-3. That's gonna kill him off. Looks like there's nothing I can do to save him. So I lose my 2/3 flying Death Touch lifelink. And he is going to play a black creature, which forces me to discard a card. So goodbye to the Grizzlebrand. Well, This card is apparently my bane, and I'm dealing with a lot of it. I'm still feeling pretty comfortable though. I've got a lot of pretty awesome stuff going on here. Throw down our swamp, and let's see. We attack in the air. We sack that 6. He blocks one of them. Yeah, we're just gonna swing with everything. He attacks, we get two more 2/2s throw. He could triple block it to kill it. Though it looks like he's not gonna do that. Oh, he is. He's gonna triple block it to kill it, all right. Gonna be able to kill all those creatures. Then after the damage goes through, sacrifice him to kill that. And the board is clear. I've got 4 creatures in play that are all 2/2s. Unless he's got all creatures get -X, then he loses next turn. BG, Lucker. What an idiot. You look like an idiot on the internet. Okay, and I think this is going to be our final game for today against Malkill, who gets to play first, and I want to draw a new hand. Yeah, let's keep this one. Okay, so he has got 71 cards in his deck. Well then. Oh, and I drew into early game deeps. This is going to be good. All right, he is playing the, I think, all-color deck. Well, I don't know why I'm saying that. He could just be playing the blue-red deck. Start off with my Nantuku Shade, my 2/1 that I can pump up next turn. It should be 5 damage unless he plays a creature, which I will give -1/-1 and can't block, and then it'll be 4 damage. Or he could be playing damage. Maybe he is just playing the blue-red deck, huh? Which is kind of terrifying because it has a lot of damage. And speaking of which, I think this is where it is. He kills my 2/1. Womp, womp, womp. Yeah, so that deck has so either playing the blue-red deck, confirmed now, and we play our 2/3 flying at Death Touch Lifelink. It's got a lot of direct damage and card draw and stuff like that. So this could be kind of annoying. We'll see though. We will see. Certainly has no shortage of cards in his deck. But the problem, I'll say this again, I've talked about it in the past, like 10 years ago, bear in mind, this was a long time ago, back when I was in high school, 27 now, so that was literally like 10 years ago. Comes into play with a red, deal 2 damage to a creature or player, so it's gonna do 2 damage to me, and beyond that, it's just a 1/3. 60 cards is what you play with. It's what you play with because it's the most reliable. You can set up a deck and you know, there's obviously randomization in MTG because you're drawing from a random, you're drawing from, we're gonna play this for now. We just drew into another Nantuku Shade, and I'm actually also gonna Crippling Blight. You know what, I'll wait for that. You're drawing into random cards. You're not always guaranteed to get stuff. But when you play with 60 cards, there's much more reliability, and you're much more certain to draw into things. Whereas if you play with a deck with 70 cards or 100 cards or something ridiculous like that, the reliability is not there. The randomization is much, much higher, which makes it much more difficult to predict what's going to happen or to have a good idea of what you're drawing into. Like, for example, as the game goes on, and if you haven't drawn into a card yet, and you've got 3 or 4 of them in your deck, you know the likelihood of you drawing into it sometime soon, within a turn or 2, is much better. So, anyways, and also beyond that, I think I played in legitimate tournaments, in which case there were... you had to play with 60 cards. You needed to present your deck list and your sideboard, but prior to your matches, and it had to be 60 cards. Plus, I think it was a 15-card sideboard. But anyways, that's way back in the past. I played during Urza's block, if you believe it or not. So very long time ago. Alright, becomes a target of spell ability, return it to owner's hand. So it's a 3/3. If I try to do something to it, it goes back to his hand. So basically it means I can't really destroy it. Now, with targeting it, if I do like mass removal or mass damage, I can get rid of it. But targeting it, it won't work. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let him choose if he wants to block with it or not. It's a 3/3. So I could have targeted it to bounce it back to his hand, but I almost want him to block with it so I can just pump up my guy and kill his 3/3, which is exactly what's going to happen. All right, so I need to get this up to 4 defense, which will happen here. And the 2 damage will still go through. I will gain 2 life. This guy will kill his 3/3, and he will still live. And then we will pass the turn. So that's much better than me having targeted it, returned it to his hand, and then he could just play it again. And my target spell would have just dropped off, going to my graveyard. So I'd rather save this for something better. We got that kill. No damage went through that turn, obviously, but that's not a huge deal because my creature's still alive, so we still have future opportunities. And he's got nothing to play. Now normally, at this point in the game, with 5 cards in his hand and 5 lands in play, he would have something that he could do. But again, part of the unreliability with playing so many cards, I can really put you in a tough situation. He also could have just been saving his mana for creature removal, or damage, to be more precise. Alright, so he's going to block with the 1/3. So we'll pump this guy up 1, so that he doesn't die from the 1 damage. Oh, and you know what? Actually, I want to pump it up more to kill him. I'm sorry. Oh wait, the 3 does kill him. Okay, there we go. We're all set. So that's going to kill his creature. Oh, he's doing something else. What else is he doing? What is that? Target creature gets +4/+0, and another target creature gets -4/-0. So we'll pump him up 5, and then he will. Target creature gets +2/+0 and first strike till end of turn. So it's 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. All right, 3, 7, and I pumped him up 5 times. Yeah, so my creature's dead. And it's got first strike, so he's screwed. Oh, yeah, so you can see. So he dumped pretty much everything he had. Well, not really, but he dumped 2 cards into that exchange to get rid of my 1 creature. It's a good creature to get rid of, most certainly, but yeah, there we go. 1/3 flying. Whenever he plays an instant sorcery, he gets +2/+0 until end of turn. I think we might just kill that. Got all sorts of different options. Let's befoul that. That creature can get really scary during his turn. He plays a couple instant sorceries, and all of a sudden it's got massive damage capabilities. So that's the reason I wanted to get rid of that. And beyond that, we will say go. I've got more creature removal, something to stop creatures from blocking a creature, and Blood Hunter Bat, 2/2. Comes into play, he loses 2 life, I gain 2 life. Feeling pretty confident in this game. I usually feel pretty confident in games when I see 70+ cards in their deck after draw. 5/5 flying, enters the battlefield, is 3 damage to our creature without flying. Okay, so I don't have any creatures without flying. So it's not going to affect me. In fact, is it forced? It's forced damage. Wow, so he ends up losing his thing. Before the end of his turn, murder, destroy our creature. 5/5 flying is no more. What is our draw? Another swamp. We will attack for 2, bringing me up to 25. He goes down to 10. And then I will play the Blood Hunter Bat, bringing him down to 8, me up to 27. Next turn, 4 damage. after potentially the win. Unless he's got something to throw a wrench in that plan between now and then. That's a good card. Tap it, deals 1 damage to a creature or player. Whenever he plays an instant or sorcery, he can untap it. It's not going to live past next turn, but it is a good card. And he plays a Jester's Cap. Sacrifice it, search target player's library for 3 cards, exile them, shuffle your library. And he's got no cards in hand, so that is a good game for us here. I'm going to do this to myself. I lose 2 life, but I draw 2 cards. And we do a murder and a swamp. I will play the swamp. I will then swing for 4. And with the murder, I will be able to kill whatever creature he may potentially play next turn. So unless he draws damage to kill these guys, he will be dead the turn after. So let's see, what did he draw? 1 card. What is it? 3 damage. And he can kill one of these guys. He's gonna kill that one directly. Game's still over. Diabolic Tutor. Search my library for anything. He's also gonna Jester's Cap at the same time. Whatever. So he's gonna Jester's Cap. He's going to remove 3 cards before my Diabolic Tutor goes through. Probably just gonna take 3 huge creatures or something, but it doesn't really matter. In fact, I can kill him this turn with this, I do believe. I think 5 is enough, we'll see. I know I've got a card to do damage based on my swamps, but I think it might cost 6. Either way, he's dead. He's running out of time to pick his 3 cards. He's probably not even gonna... Alright, so let's see here. I don't have a lot of time to pick, so try to make this quick. 4 lands, X damage to our creature. That's a creature. You know what? I'm just gonna get this. Do 2 damage to him. Let him draw 2 cards. All right, so we'll win this turn with that. No need to overdo it. 2 damage through the air. Target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life, and that is the win. Just like that. All right, my friends, that does it here for this MTG Duels 2013 multiplayer video. Once again, we did take a look at the Obedient Dead deck, and people have been asking me consistently to look at my deck list, so we're going to wrap up with it. I'm not going to go through all the cards. I'll just show you what we have, and yeah, you can figure it out for yourself. I'd add like another 10 minutes if I try to explain everything. But anyways, that's going to do it here. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. And as always, keep watching and keep owning.